Hello, welcome back to another exciting edition of Clean Cooking with Jordan, aka Clean Cooking with Big J. And today we're going to be cooking, that's right, you guessed it, lamb shanks, Noni edition, grandma style. My grandma's recipe, lamb shank, it's Italian, lamb shank, Italian style. It's kind of a tomato sauce based lamb shank with some ragu, some spaghetti, some pasta, right? Because we're all just a bunch of meatballs over here in Italy. Basically just meat, sauce, and cheese, and noodles, right? Pasta. So we're going to do that today. It's going to be fun. I'm excited. We're going to hop into it. We're going to get into the kitchen right now. Let's go ahead and get started. Let's get into it. Yeah! Now, what we've got here is some mirepoix, right? We have got some celery, onions, garlic, okay? Sweating down in the pan, all right? Now, what we did was, we got two pans. This is going to be a big batch. What I did was I went ahead and I seared down these lamb shanks here, right? So nice and brown, nice and golden brown. We put a little oil in the pan. This is what we do on this cooking show. We don't cook it and we just talk about it. I just do it and then I tell you what I did because I'm not taking you through the whole thing. I just talk about cooking. This is my cooking show where we don't really cook, we just talk about food, right? And then we just eat a bunch. That's my cooking show. Anyways, moving on. So, I seared in the pan the shanks, right? Then I took the fat and the oil that was in the pan, I put the vegetables in it. Because I'm a genius, right? And now those are sweating down, right? Those are sweating down nice and beautiful. Getting nice and translucent, get a little brown that garlic on there, right, baby? Oh, yeah. Now, what we're going to do next is grab the wine. Wine, Kendall Jackson, Reserve Blend. So we're going to go deglaze this pan. That's fancy white people talk for just put some wine in the pan. Deglaze. Ready? Boom. Yes. Oh, listen to that. Listen to that. Oh, that's a beautiful sound. That is a beautiful sound. And we're gonna want to just kind of mix it up a little bit. Get that wine kind of deglazing those vegetables a little bit. And then listen to this. Ready? Oh my goodness, that's beautiful. You get that little sweetness from the wine. That kind of offsets the gaminess of the meat a little bit. It kind of gives the meat a little bit of a sweeter flavor. And, kind of penetrates that meat. And really gives it a sweet wine flavor. There's another level to the meat that you want to get in there. Now that we've got the lamb shank seared, vegetables sweated, wine reducing, reduction sauce. That's how we do it. You got to put a little reduction on sauce on there, right? Get a little reduction of sauce on there. Listen, everybody knows you want to put a little reduction sauce on there because when you're cooking with wine, you got to reduce it and you make that sweet reduction sauce. We're going to go ahead and get the tomato sauce popping in here and we're going to go ahead and get started. Let's get into it. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take our tomatoes. Beautiful, look at this. Beautiful tomatoes. What we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and put some whole tomatoes mixed with tomato sauce in the pan. We're going to make some from scratch tomato sauce with the wine and the vegetables. Then we're going to go ahead and put the meat in and we're going to get started with all that. Tomato sauce. Hunt's. Now everything should go ahead and be deglazed, ready to go, right? The wine should be nice and the alcohol and the wine should be cooked off. You cook that off, get it bubbling, get it boiling. That should be cooked off now. Oh yeah, oh my goodness. Look at that, look at that. Oh my goodness, that is beautiful. Now, the wine is cooked off. Now we're gonna go ahead and get started with the rest of this. Now we've got the tomatoes in there. Next, basil. Go ahead and just pop a little bit of basil in there, right? Just get it going. Get some of that sweetness to go on with the bitterness of that tomatoes. We're going to go ahead and cut some of that bitterness from the tomatoes with a little bit of the wine and a little bit of basil, right? Beautiful. Now, next, oregano. Pop a little bit of oregano in there. Black pepper. Throw a little bit of pepper in there. Don't be shy with the pepper. You can't have too much pepper. Cannot have too much pepper. You want to stir that around. Get those flavors nice and incorporated in there. Get all that in there. Beautiful. Very nice. Very nice. Kosher salt. Get yourself a couple of pinches of salt in there to get it started. Okay, now we have got the tomato sauce in the pan. Beautiful. Mixed up with the basil and the oregano and the vegetables and the... That's it. That's everything. Now, we're making this for the family for this year, right? My aunt, she doesn't really like my cooking, so we're gonna pretend like my dad made them, but really I made them. So you know, because if I made them, they'll accidentally fall onto the floor off the countertop, and the dog will, lick it up and maybe poop on it. Who knows? I'm not sure. Sauce. Now we got it on a low simmer, nice low simmer on about a 3, right there, on a 3. Now we're gonna take the lamb shanks, previously browned, and we are gonna just dip these bad boys into the sauce. Look at that. And they're just gonna take a nice little swim in some sauce, you know what I mean? They're just gonna take, because everybody knows that lamb, it's a swimming animal, and it likes to swim in some tomato sauce. Look at this bad, he just wants to go for a swim right here, doesn't he? Oh yeah. And then just, oh my goodness. He's just gonna take a little dip, and then we're just gonna take one more. Oh yeah, and then just in the sauce for a little, kind of like the lamb got sprayed with by a skunk, and it's got to go take a nice tomato bath. You know, that's just beautiful right there. And then you just kind of submerge them in the sauce, right? You submerge them in the sauce so you can't see them anymore. Beautiful. They just disappeared, and then they're taking a tomato sauce bath over there, and what the hell is that? And we're going to let it simmer on a very low heat for about, say, 4 hours until the meat is tender, fall off the bone, beautiful, and we'll come back when it's all finished for a nice taste testing, and we'll go ahead and go from there, all right? Beautiful, very nice. Happy holidays. Ingnang Bolita, Philippines. Happy Christmas, Americans, and we'll see you soon. In about 4 hours. We'll do a little time lapse, and we'll see you soon. All right.